Senator Grassley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate your calling today's markup. It's a process to jumpstart the process for moving forward with the Trump agenda. President Biden used a pandemic as an excuse to ram through his budget-busting far-left agenda. While wasting billions on leftist causes, he neglected core government responsibilities. As we all know, the number one responsibility of the federal government, national security. But Biden allowed our military to deteriorate, and in fact, as a result of not enforcing the immigration laws, we had opened our borders. This budget resolution represents a very first step towards correcting the Biden-Harris administration spending excesses and its disregard of security threats at our border and around the world. The previous administration's open border policies resulted in an unprecedented surge of illegal immigration. Approximately 3 times the population of Iowa entered into the U.S. in just those 4 years, and everybody saw it nightly on our television. This left our nation vulnerable to gang members, criminals, terrorists, national security threats, and drug smugglers crossing our border with impunity. President Trump was elected with a mandate to remove these folks and secure our borders once again. This resolution green lights the resources necessary to make that important step be taken. The resolution also provides for funding to bolster our national military. Over the past several years, the world has become increasingly frightening place. Russia has revealed expansionist ambitions in Europe, which would result in the recreation of the Soviet Union. China has shown increased aggression of the South China Sea and its threats to Taiwan, and Iran's network of terrorist proxies threaten Israel and even Arab neighbors. Yet, our military is ill-equipped for today's challenges, as President Reagan proved by staring down the Soviet Union. Peace is best maintained through strength. The resolution also lays groundwork for unleashing America's energy production. A coherent energy policy is vital to both national security and the economy. Where I favor an all-of-the-above approach to energy policy, the Biden administration's policy favored all of the above, but none from below the ground. It's time that we had a true all-of-the-above approach to achieve American energy independence. That's fossil fuels, alternative energy, conservation, and nuclear. Importantly, this budget represents a return to fiscal sanity. Any spending increases will be accompanied by corresponding spending decreases. While the pandemic is years behind us, spending as a share of the economy remains at levels previously reserved for national emergencies and for war, in other words, defending America. During the height of the pandemic, we all agreed it was common sense for the government to step in to help individuals and families and small businesses weather the storm that was created by a government shutdown of the economy. But once the crisis subsides, So should the programs and the spending enacted in response to the pandemic. That's very much a common sense approach to spending. Our national debt is on a path to eclipse World War II era records relative to the size of our economy, and that's in just a few years. We must begin to right our fiscal ship. So in this process of bringing about this budget resolution, don't forget the voter mandate. As part of the November mandate, President Trump is looking for ways to reduce wasteful government spending. Congress should not simply cede initiative to the president. Congress holds the powers of the purse. So in this action today and tomorrow, we must show leadership to spare the American people from inflation and the crippling debt burden that comes from overspending. I yield the floor.